I just wanted to welcome everyone for the channel. My name is Felix and I'm a barber out in Tampa Bay at Headlines Barbershop. And today I'm just going to show you guys how to do a skin fade comb over with the hard part. This came out really good. I did this in the shop yesterday. It's my first time ever recording a video, man. And right here I'm just parting the hair, building the foundation for the haircut so that I have a nice guide for the top and a nice base for the bottom. And when you're doing scissor work, you need to always make sure that the hair is fully saturated so that everything comes out evenly. What I'm doing right here is cutting the foundation. My bottom knuckle is on the head so that it connects with the 3 guard that I'm about to do on the sides. And now I have to do that all the way around the head so that it matches evenly. And here, this is how I section the comb overs. He's going to comb it over to the right side, so I make a small section on the right side, connecting that side to the foundation, and then build it up diagonally so you can build a nice weight and shape to the. As I finish the top, all the shear work for the haircut, I like to go ahead and do the hard part while it's wet so that the part is nice and defined. And then just go ahead in there and clean it up with the razor to make sure everything looks nice and neat. And here I'm about to go in with the razor for the hard part. This is a great thing to do. It makes it really defined, a defined line so that everything comes out clean and it lasts a couple of days longer. And after the hard part, I like to go ahead and start styling the hair. I put some pomade in it to make it sit and lay nicely. I feel like that's one thing that a lot of barbers really skip out on, is styling the hair so that they can see the full picture that you're putting for their hair when they come out and leave out the shop. And then right after I finish blow drying the hair, styling the hair, making sure everything looks perfect for the top, we go ahead and start on the sides. So with the sides, I always do a 3 guard just to blend in nicely to the foundation so there's not too much to take off with the clip over comb. There'll be a little bit at the end, but nothing crazy, nice and easy after that. One thing that really held me back at the beginning of my barber career was connecting the sides to the top. I felt like it was a very hard transition and I didn't really know where to stop. So one thing that helped me out with is Barber Josh OP is an amazing course that shows you how to create the foundation and just set that so you really don't have to do anything besides use a 3 guard on the sides and build the foundation for the top, and it makes it blend seamlessly. And after I made sure that all the head was debulked with the 3 on the sides, I went ahead and started to do my mid bald line. This is not the best way to do it. The best way to do it is to turn the trimmer around or use a clipper no guard close, just so it's an easier line to get out. But since he had such simple hair to fade, I just ended up using it this way. And what I like to also do whenever I create my bald line, if they have a beard and I'm going to end up doing their beard, I like to go ahead and set exactly where I want that beard line to start fading it in whenever I go to that step, so that while I have the trimmer in my hand, I can do the most with it and not have to keep picking it up and putting it down, just so I can finish in an efficient time. And how I like to put my bald lines is I'll start on the left side almost always, and then just drag it almost to the middle, and then go to the right side and kind of connect the dots just so that everything is even. And always looking in my mirrors to make sure that I'm putting the guideline in the exact same spot on each side so that it comes out nicely. And then right after the trimmer, I go ahead and just go straight to the foil shaver just so that it has a nice smooth finish at the bottom. And when I'm doing the foil shaver, I always go down, because if you go up, it creates a very harsh guideline, and that's really hard to take out. And then immediately after I do the foil shaver, I just go on, I put a half guard on the clipper and close it all the way, and do that all the way around the head just so that I can start my blend. And one thing with putting these guidelines in is always make sure that they're the exact same shape. The same shape as the bald line, the same shape as that half guideline, and every guideline, so forth. And the way that I like to take out the lines that I put in is I'll start with the half guard closed, and then I'll take the guard off and open the clipper all the way, and then take it down one notch each time, one notch, just to make sure that everything is nice and detailed. And then after I use the clipper and I feel like most of the line's out, I just go ahead and behind and use my trimmers to get the whole line out, because whatever you use to put your line in with, you need to use that tool to take it out with. And then after that, I start to fade down. So I go ahead and go back into the 1.5 guard open, and then middle close all the way down to start getting the majority of those lines out. And then after I finish the 1.5 guard, open, closed, and middle, I like to go down to the 1 guard and do the same exact thing. And then after that, I go down to the half guard and do the same thing to finish the blend off. I just found that's the easiest way for me to do fades, just because the less lines you put in, the less lines you have to take out. Sometimes at the beginning, if you start to do that, you can get lost in the fade, but just pay attention more to the color, not necessarily the level. And then when we're right here and we're finishing up the fade, there's a little bit of clipper over comb work that I have to do, and he kind of likes it pretty high up towards the hard part, so I take a lot more off. But there's not too much clipper over comb work to do. Nice and simple, easy. And then now the fade's pretty much almost done, man. And right here is a great technique. Freehanding the cowlick sometimes when it's not wanting to sit down properly, or they like to cut their cowlick short because they come back very often, is a great technique to use. Makes the haircut look very nice and finished. And then after the fade is pretty much finished, we go ahead and start to fade the beard down. So right here I'm using a 3 guard just to debulk everything. It really doesn't take too much length off whenever you're going with the grain with it. It just kind of gets all the stray hairs and things like that. And now I'm going to the 3 guard to the bottom of the ear and just cleaning up everything so I can fade it nice. And after that, I just go ahead and straight to the half guard, and same fading technique that I do on the head, I do on the beard too, just backwards. And with the beards, one thing that I started to do that I'm kind of enjoying to do is laying the client back and like letting them relax so that they can get the full experience and not just a quick haircut. And then after I finish up lining up the mustache, razor, and the beard nicely, and just making sure everything looks nice and precise and sharp on the beard, I just continue to go style the hair because he was laying on the back of his head, and make sure everything looks perfect when he walks out the door, so that he can easily style his hair when he gets home and do whatever he needs to do throughout the rest of the day. And right here I'm just detailing up a little bit and just taking shear over comb just to take the very slightest bit off. And that's pretty much everything, man. I just made sure that everything was nice and sharp for him, and I turned him around the chair to see how he liked it, and he just ended up loving the haircut. And I just appreciate you guys watching the video, man. I hope you guys continue to learn a lot. You're always going to be learning throughout the journey, man, and just keep improving. Every day is one step closer to your goals, man. And just at the end of the haircut, also, I always make sure they leave a review so we can continue to build clientele that way. And it helps me, and it also helps the whole entire shop when it comes to walk-in traffic and things like that. So I appreciate you guys watching the video, man.